It's already started to be a supernatural Sunday, okay? Muffled voices or through headsets. I got to climb on the couch to turn the air off. And how are you, Kathia?
I
Woo.
really don't want to answer that question with any honesty, so I'm going to lie and say, I'm fine, V.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I mean, I would actually show this, but if I fall through the window and like, it's not that far of a fall, but
Oh,
it's like, oh,
okay, so
I
what
don't
do you want us to do if you
let
fall
me
through the window? Do you want us to laugh or do you want us to cry?
argan, fargan, yugan. Hokity bokity flokity. A lot of F words right there. Oh my God. I think I need Tylenol after that. I don't need to be doing that in my condition.
Yeah.
Because although my friend, my marvelous, marvelous friend and neighbor did all this work, there's still more work
Mm.
because it
Wow.
was that,
Yeah.
yeah, it was that bad. All the work that she did that I showed yesterday, right?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, the place looked fabulous, but not being here for 2 months, she doesn't drink coffee, number one. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's why the coffee joke is so funny. When
Okay.
I borrowed the coffee. Anyways, so when I went to go make coffee, the filter was just completely mold.
Okay. Well, you've been gone for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't think about stuff like, that and the dust bunnies. And there was like, it's just like stuff. There's still more
Right,
stuff.
right.
And I didn't realize what damage one human could do.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like flabbergasted because I don't want to put any negativity into this at all. I really don't. I started angry. Okay. Of course I was angry and I thought
Hmm.
about it and I'm like, you know what? I just got to let it go. I just got to let it go. But I can't, there's no place I can look in here. I mean, like his slippers were still in here. Oh no, those went out. Just like
Hmm.
the old Indian thing. You knew when you
Hmm.
were divorced when the moccasins were out of the tent.
Ah, yeah.
But like really weird stuff, like weird stuff. And I even reached out to Pickles for some help in trying
Hmm.
to understand some stuff.
Hmm.
Um, really weird stuff. Like he left stuff in like my underwear is gone.
Say what again?
Yes, my underwear before I left, because once a month I usually buy something nice for myself, and I needed some underwear.
Right.
And Fredericks of Hollywood was having a sale on underwear. They weren't like anything like, like my sexy whatever, I would wear back in the day. They were just really nice underwear, right? And
Uh-huh.
and they fit and they felt good and they were on sale for like $1.50 a piece, okay? So I bought
Okay.
like 10 pairs, brand new underwear, gone. Gone. She did all my laundry and shit. So I've got like I'm putting clothes away and stuff like this. I'm like, girl, did you come across any underwear? She goes, I think maybe one pair of like jockey shorts, but none of my, he took my underwear. Ew,
I'm I
ew. No, and more weird stuff. This is why when you said that, what you said to me, I mean, I was like, frig, is this all because of the Ring of Fire solar eclipse that's coming next week or something? Because a lot of weird shit's going on again. I found the room key for the hotel room, okay, in West Virginia, his key
mhm.
in a very strange place, okay? So I'm
Right.
like, okay, whatever. How did that get there? Like that
I
was like,
don't
it's
I
just
don't
weird.
think you should read too much into
Thank you, my
hard
sweetie.
drugs.
I know, but I'm just trying to, I'm just like, whoa. But I mean, that was okay and stuff. So, anyways, everything that was his, I'm donating and getting rid of, except for obviously the big furniture. I'm going to give Anne the bed. Okay, we're going to switch bed frames and stuff, and she's got a really good mattress. I don't want it. I have this drafting table. That's okay. I can deal with that because it's art stuff. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
don't want. I
Is it
don't.
glass?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it lifts
If
up.
you ever want to get rid of that, let me know. I
It's
will
yours.
drive.
It's yours.
I will
It's
drive
yours.
across country for it.
It's yours. I will show it to you. Actually, the only thing is he couldn't get the drawer in because he put it in backwards, so he got angry and he ripped the part out. So the drawer is missing underneath, which even makes it better because you can see underneath,
Uh-huh.
and it lifts up. So it's an
Nice.
actual. Here I am. I'm doing hand movements to you, like you can see me.
Well, you do know I do illumination and calligraphy, right?
No.
Yeah, I do illumination and I do illumination and calligraphy.
Oh my
I
Jesus, no.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, you would love this. And it's got three little drawers and it's here, I'll show you. It's whatchamacallit. It's not metallic, but it's like steel, you know? Here, hold on, because I know this trick. Hee hee hee. Okay, so well, I've got like all my stuff on it, okay? But there you
Right.
go. So here's, but it doesn't have the drawers.
Oh,
You can,
yeah. No, but that's perfect.
yeah, you can
I'd
see
take
your,
that table in
my,
a heartbeat.
and
Yeah.
I would lift it up, but I got stuff on it. But it's got like three little drawers down here, okay? Just three little drawers, and then here's the other. This drawer goes, this big old thing. Well, it's not big. It's just it goes in
It goes
here,
underneath. I
right?
could
And the
fix it.
parts are right over here on the side.
Ooh, that
Cigarettes
looks
are
nice.
extra.
Does it tilt?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I want. I call it my hydraulic drive. Yeah, the glass part. This part. Crap. I'm so sorry. I've got like Look, of course I started as soon as I came home. I started projects. So
I know how that is.
oh my God, I was so happy. I got my chalkboard. And I got, look, my little treats here. Got my sparkly stuff. Look, she arranged all my paints and stuff. I'm painting this. Actually, I started this for her as a thank you. I didn't like the color, and she likes kind of, so I mixed some paint together. Seriously,
Right.
put it on a sponge and away I go. My bird that was white, that was black, is now metallic. I don't know about that, but anyways, so here's the piece. I'm sure you can figure it out, probably better than he could. It goes in here and it screws. It goes in here and it screws on. But I think he had one of them in backwards. Okay, so that's all that's wrong with it. If I could figure it out, I would. But it lifts up to about, let's see, how can
I know how it lifts. I know how it lifts, V.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I like when it was lifted,
I've
I'm like,
always wanted one of those tables.
really?
That is amazing. That is
Well,
awesome.
when you go get your truck, come swing by and pick it up. And it would be an
Oh
honor to
no,
give it
because
to
you're
you.
using it. No, you're using
No,
it, V.
excuse me, I'm using it for the minute because it's here. I have
So
a
you
desk.
want to get
I
rid
have
of it?
another, what? I'm
You
giving it
want to get rid of
only to somebody who wants it as bad as you. Fuck.
if you're not if you're still
No,
using it and you don't want to get rid of it, then I'm not going to
I
take
will
it.
use it up until the point where you come with your truck and come and get it. And I'll take care of it, because I like looking at my feet underneath. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've got another desk in my bedroom. Okay. Plus, God, and I hate this word with a passion. Okay. I don't want to look at something and think of my friend. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not that it's going to trigger me into being upset or anything. Okay, Chris.
Oh, he brought that draft table to you.
He gave it to me.
I see.
Okay, even though it was in good times and I really love it. I'm going to walk in one day. I can feel it and just say, like, these signs were here, right? His. Her whole house is all kind of like this. And I'm like, why didn't you take the sign? She said, really, I can have them? I said, I don't want to walk in and look and then remember him negative.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So anything that was like weird, like the mattress, I'm like, well, just give it to somebody who needs a really good mattress. She goes, well, I want it. I said, well, take it because I'm a sleeper. I'm a dreamer, and you're right. As soon as I hopped on that bed, my back started to hurt. Excruciating, like almost back to where I was when I left. And I've made such progress. This chair will have to go with it, even though I love this chair because it's his. I have another chair in there with my desk that I bought for me. What?
That smudge it. I don't even have to be with you in physical form to feel that.
Yeah. Well, it's not like that. It's just that I'm going to walk in and I'm going to think of Chris and I'm going to think of him in a bad way. The microwave was his. Serious. I know it sounds so stupid, but I don't want to think of him in a negative way. And I don't want to put out that energy. Now, the Weber barbecue, no, that's mine.
Right. Okay.
You know, the bedroom set is gorgeous. It's like friggin'. Anyways, you were right. You were right about the sleeping thing. You were right.
Yeah.
Because when I was away, I slept soundly and sorry, I'll turn it off. I slept soundly and I didn't have any nightmares. And as much pain that I'm in, okay, I wasn't in. And I was sleeping on, I went and got a blow-up mattress in their spare room. So I was kind of low to the floor. But you know what? It was new. Nobody had slept on it.
Right.
You're absolutely right. The bed mattress I got from my friend Monica. But Monica didn't, she slept on the couch all the time, but her abusive boyfriend, addict, slept in the bed. I got the bed frame from another addict. I am a recovered addict myself and alcoholic, okay?
Sounds like you need to smudge.
Yeah, I have I don't have the sage, but I have the prayers that you gave me before. Okay. And Anne needs her house done too. So I was going to do the broom thing, me and Anne. I really like that idea. Okay. And I have brass bells. I have a brass apple bell. You gave me the prayer, and I know the prayer's in the Bible. Okay. That makes Anne feel, but I thought that there was more to it. And let me ask you this too, being at Supernatural Sunday, is all that ritual stuff necessary this day and age? Don't we have it enough within us that we don't need to do the sage and this or the sage incense and people like mix stuff? Is that more of a a ritual than it is the actual spirit talking to the God spirit, talking to the angels and the entities that protect and blah blah blah. Don't we have a direct line now, pretty much?
The ritual is the direct line.
Okay.
What you're doing is you are mirroring that in the physical realm. Now, see, I used to think what you're thinking, I used to think that too. Okay. And it does work to an extent, but it's not complete.
Because even
we,
right. Who's that? Hey, Bone. Okay, sorry, you're right. It's not complete. Go ahead.
It's not complete. We have rituals.
Mm-hmm.
We are human, and we have rituals.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a day and age where we are grown to believe in the separation of church and state. Now, this I fully endorse the separation of church and state. However, on an individual level, this should not be. Your spiritual life should be incorporated into your normal everyday life. I was never bothered by people out in public, or even there was a person at school every day for lunch. Before he put food in his mouth, he prayed every day. Every day.
Not allowed to do that anymore.
I didn't do that, but I respected his choice to do that, and I kind of respected his religious discipline that he had, that he being that young had that faith. Okay, I really did. I thought that was awesome. He did not preach it out. He didn't say, "Hey, everybody, shut up! I gotta pray right now." No, he sat down and he bowed his head, and then when he was done, he started to eat. He didn't. That was it. Okay, and the only reason why I knew that he was even doing it is because he would always sit near. He would either sit at our table or near our table. You know how high schoolers are about lunch. It's like this hierarchy.
You're not allowed. Seriously.
It's a baboon hierarchy in high school. It's this shit. Okay. But what I'm getting at here is everything is a ritual. And if you put sacredness into it, it becomes a spiritual activity. When I brush my teeth, it becomes a purification ritual. Okay. I'm spiritually purifying my mouth. Okay. All that negative gunk needs to come out. I'm not just, physically, manually caring for my teeth. I'm also spiritually thinking, clean my mouth, please bless the words that come out. Please try to keep me in check, because, I can really mouth off. It's one of my weaknesses.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I should have called this sarcastic ass Sunday. Okay, sorry.
But
I'm home now.
There is a sacredness to life that we are missing because we do have this idea of the separation. Okay.
But even the incense was used in the churches and stuff. Before churches became a building, they were called gatherings, right? You gathered.
No, they were still temples. No, because if you want to go back that far, you need to keep going backwards and backwards until you get to the first. I mean, our temples weren't even permanent structures.
Right.
Our temples were actively our shamans and our medicine women who traveled with us as we migrated across the continent. We didn't have specific structures way back when. Everything was sacred.
Okay, right.
Our spirits, our divines, whatever anybody chooses to be, that's a part of our life. Why are we separating it? Well, our divines get this one day, it gets Sunday, and that's it. That's all it gets.
No, every
That's
day.
not,
Every day.
yeah, that's not
Every
going to
day.
help anybody. That's not going to help you. That's not going to grow. There's no room for growth there.
No. So my
Okay.
question is, how's this? So it's progressed, right? So now we're into built.
Well,
We're on.
no, it's not progressed. That's my point. We still,
Okay.
our brains still work on a primitive level. Our brains still work the same way they did 10,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago. Physically speaking, we have not evolved. Thought-wise, our thinking processes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, our behaviors, our social structures, our religions, yes, those have evolved and changed through time. But physically speaking, cellular level, we've changed very little. I mean, the progression of our species can actually be measured by our fucking thumbs. There's two
Mm.
different kinds of thumbs that humans have, period. Two different kinds of thumbs. And it has to do with a muscle in the wrist. If I do this, some people have a muscle that will pop. Okay? I don't have that. That means I have
That
an
will
evolved
pop.
thumb.
Like what? Do
Then,
something different?
no, just that, just this, just that.
Uh-huh.
Some people will have a muscle that will pop. You'll see it.
Oh,
It'll be
okay.
pronounced through the skin. I don't
Mhm.
have that. That means I have an evolved thumb. That's
Okay.
it. That's the difference. Then
Interesting.
there's this.
No, we look like
Ancient
retards.
people can't do that
I
because
can't.
there's a muscle under the tongue
Uh-huh.
that prevents this from happening.
I can't do that.
You have an ancient tongue. I have an evolved tongue.
Well, ooga booga.
That's the kind of evolution, physically speaking.
Okay, I
Flesh,
guess. Okay.
physical speaking. That's the kind of shit our bodies are like, I'm going to evolve a rolled tongue.
Wow. Woo,
Yeah,
woo.
great idea there,
Okay,
physical
can we
body.
move it along now so we don't have to uh friggin' let's get to the
No,
point.
if we want to evolve physically, we're
Yeah.
going to have to
Now, I mean
this.
spiritually. I mean seriously, spiritually, like
Well, spiritually, I believe that we are evolved. I
okay,
think so.
so
I would like to think so, but I think maybe as a whole, like a whole
mhm,
humanity, I don't think we're as evolved as we would like to think we
no.
are.
There's still
But
too
as
much.
individuals, maybe some of them are more evolved than others. That's
There's
where
too
everything
much
gets
ego
tricky.
still. There's way too much
Oh
ego
well,
with
yeah.
who's God's my God's better if you don't believe in this, da 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 da. And it's really not the people's fault because that's what we were taught. So again, when do we get to evolve to the point that we don't have to smudge, that we don't have to
That will never
fill up
happen.
the olive
That will never
oil
happen.
and then
That
like
will
put
never
it under
happen.
the moon for 4 days
That will
and
never happen.
bless it?
Nope.
Never? You don't think?
Nope. No, that'll never happen.
Not until
Because
we get to
we have to have being as we are, Earth has to have a combination of low vibrational entities in order for higher vibrational entities to learn lessons. There has to be
fine.
a choice. There
Can't
has to
you
be a
do that with
balance.
your own vibration and you don't need, I'm just saying props. Do you really
No.
need the
Yes.
smut? You really need the sage, and the sage really has, okay, well, people are buying shit that is friggin' not right. Like people are
I,
like putting like canola oil in things and putting flavor in it or whatever and calling it holy oil water or holy oil, and you can buy it for $49.99 and blah, 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 blah. You know all the scams, right? So
well,
that's
that's
my
no different from anything that's ever come before.
right,
That was that way in Victorian times. That's the way it is in
right.
the spiritual sense, in the medical sense. You can buy a house and that fucker fall down because you were dumb enough to buy a cardboard
Mhm.
house. There it comes down, that has nothing to do with spirit or anything. That has to do with intelligence.
Okay.
If you tell me you're going to sell me a land on the moon, I'm not going to believe you. But there are idiots out there who will. That's just what humans do.
Sorry, my back is killing me. Can I sell you a star? It's right next to Michael Jackson.
That actually, yes, that can happen. Okay. There is you can purchase a star and you can name it whatever you want.
If I had the money to purchase a star, I would not be. I would freaking.
You can though.
Be swinging on that star, okay?
You can though. My daughter is up there somewhere now. Way back when she was, I think, 3 or 4. I bought her. Where was that at? It was a place in the mall where they sold all these science toys. Okay, and there was a kit, and I think I don't know. I think maybe NASA was doing it as like some kind of fundraiser thing. You could buy a kit where you filled out the information and you sent it in, and you could name your own star. There is a star out there named Lorian, and it's like K433975. Well, that star has been renamed Lorian.
Who's the owner of the stars? Who sells you the stars? Seriously. This is a serious question. Think about it, really.
Okay, well, we don't actually own the star. We just we name the star.
So metaphorically speaking, she has a star named after her, which is
correct. Cool. Well, not metaphorically. It's registered with NASA. When NASA looks through the telescope, they go, "Oh, that's not K377. That's Lorian."
Okay, got you, because the little map says so.
The little map says so.
I'm not trying to be a smart ass, really.
No, I know.
Says so, right?
Yeah, well, we have to name something. We don't have alien star charts from 5,000 years ago to tell us what they named their shit. We got to come up with our own names.
Oh, well, there's a good story for you, right? Star Wars. Seriously. So I'm going out to go get V-Star 333, and I come across a Bulgarian beastmaster from the Centurion whatever in Sector 45 who purchased the same damn star. And now we got Star Wars. Get it?
Yes, so it can be literal. Yes.
The star. No, that's my star. No, that's my star. Well, who really owns the star? Well, listen, it's coming back to the point.
Okay, well, here's
God owns everything. Well, my God's bigger than your God.
Here's the answer to your question. It belongs to whoever got there first.
Okay. Now, how can you prove? So here's another scenario.
Well, because you can't plant your flag and then run off. You have to stay there.
The Sumerians, they did everything in like 10, 60, 360, right? 360 years was like 1 year to us. So what if the other purchaser of the star is 1 day is like 1,000 days? Right? Like, how did we get our timing right? So really, how can you prove who got there first?
No.
We'll have to split the star.
Whoever got there first, whoever got there first and stayed there.
Gotcha.
You have to stay in the spot.
Okay.
If you leave, it's not yours anymore.
Gotcha.
It's basically the game of King of the Hill. If you fight your way up the hill and then you get up to the hill and you're the king of the hill, and then you leave the hill, you are no longer king of the hill. You can't protect
but I can sell my
or enforce that territory. You have to put a fortification on that hill in order for it to be called yours. If somebody comes along and invades it, now it belongs to them. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
That's how it works in the natural world. That's how it works for humans, especially out there in the Wild West and the Wild Frontier. That's how it works here. That's how it works out there.
What's her face? That court lady. There would have to have her, and you would have to have joint custody of the star. I could already see it because, you're going to break up, and then now you need to have joint custody of the star.
As far as like civilizations and star systems
I'm
and the
sorry. I'm
claiming of
being a
territory.
smartass.
No, it's perfectly fine. I mean, why do you
Bone
think the
says
Klingon
finders
Romulan
keepers.
war happened? Is because the Klingons and the Romulans were
Right.
were fighting over a particular star system, a particular territory. That's how wars are. You're fighting over some
That's how the
piece
West
of
was
land,
won.
some piece of resource, some
Right.
territory. Right.
Right. You claims and Bone says finders keepers. You got
That's
to say,
exactly
and
it.
losers were weepers. Yeah, it was like the gold rush.
Yeah.
You claim your stake, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you stake your claim. And if you want to make it official, you would you would register that claim
Okay.
with whatever government claims that territory. So if you've got two governments claiming that same territory,
Right.
as an
Whoever
individual,
registered it
you would
first.
register that land in both places.
Okay. Got
Then
yeah.
you've
That would
got
work.
then you've got double the protection. I don't see that
Right.
as an issue.
I don't either, but my legal mind says, "Hey, buddy. Hey, Darth. How you doing? I'm glad you're here. We have questions. Oh, I knew Jen's was going to pop up. Good, because he's got good story. He's got good stories back there. Um. Anyways, did you get my message about D&D?
Yeah. Yeah.
I sent a message
I
to his D&D.
yeah,
So
turns out, never mind. My son, yeah, I know, they right.
Mother
My
Petunia.
son, my son called me and was like, I can help you with that. I can take care of you for that. And I'm like, really? He goes like, yeah, I can do
Did you
blankety
tell
blankety
him
blankety
that
blank. And I was like,
did you tell him that we wasted a lot of friggin' energy on that? I'm tired.
yeah, he knew.
And all along, and don't we feel silly? Absolutely not, because that's
That's
what we do on
usually
Chit Chat.
I'm not shocked that happened. Okay, when it comes to D&D stuff, that kind of thing is common. It's just common as dirt.
But the way
It's
you're
okay.
so
It's perfectly fine.
animated, girl. When you're on fire for something, you're so friggin' animated. Were you in the drama club?
I was not. The
You sh-
drama teacher did not like me.
I wonder
The
why you
theater
take over.
teachers
That's
did
why
not. Huh?
you would take over. That's why you're so animated, and like when you got a
No.
passion for something.
No.
Woo! I'm just
Actually, when I was a teenager, this is the opposite of what I am now. The only
really
reason why I talked really well.
no way.
Yes, that's
By the
because
way,
the bullying and the
support
abuse
your
and
local channel. Sorry, I got to get this dig in. I did
um
bear. Look, new hoodie. Sorry, got to do it
I
because it
didn't
goes with
have
the mud.
I didn't have a lot of friends. I did not I didn't have a safe place. What channel is that?
That's Mando Mark, Cast in the Shadows. I did Bear Bear. I
Oh,
have
okay.
Bear Bears over there because I have my whole hoodie rack. It's getting full, like really full. And you're out of order. I can't order. I've been trying for 3 months to order a hoodie from you.
Nobody's ordered anything from me.
You got a shirt and a hoodie, and you're both out of stock on those. There's no cups. There's nothing. You got two things.
Yeah, because I don't have access to that.
Oh.
I don't have. You have to have so many subscribers to have a cup. You have to have so.
Hey,
I mean, I don't even.
Crimson.
It's fucking ridiculous. And I've been trying to push it, but nobody's interested in my channel. Nobody's interested in my content. I have great. I don't actually. I want to stop talking about it.
Yeah. No, you oh crap, Ola. If I get paint on this, I'm gonna be pissed and I can't take it off right now.
Anyway,
But
I
yes,
was talking
Jens,
about
yeah,
something and I
I
don't
want you
want
to
to talk
tell
about
some
it
ghost
anymore.
stories in a little bit. I still want to hear um how your night
Well,
was.
we
We don't
mine?
want to hear. Yeah. Do you not want to share that? Was it bad? Okay. We don't have to.
I have,
Okay, go
well,
on. I've got,
I have nightmares. Okay. Now,
uh-huh.
my nightmares are not the same as other people's nightmares. I'm not afraid of monsters. I'm not afraid of demons. I'm not afraid of shadow people.
Right.
None of that shit. I'm not afraid of any of that shit. My nightmares are about people.
Oh, wow. Really?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So uh, my nightmare last night was really bad because there is this big giant guy, and I'm just living my life. You know, I don't even know what I'm doing in the dream. I'm just being me, you know, and I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And this big giant guy comes over and he's pissed off because I don't want to date him. He's pissed off because I don't want to have anything to do with him, you know? And I'm like, and I, you know, I looked at him and I said, now look here, beefcake. I'm not going to put up with your ego. I am not, you are not worthy of me. I am a queen. And you're standing there telling me how I'm a piece of shit because I won't fuck you. And he goes, beefcake, are you flirting with me? And
Whoa.
I went, hell no. And he says, well, it sounds to me like you're
Oh my
flirting.
God.
Fuck you, dude. I am not flirting with you. Back off. Oh, fuck me. Okay, all right, here, come here. And then he grabs my left breast and he squeezes it so hard it turns
Uh-uh.
blue. And I'm screaming, and there's crowds of people, and they just stand there and stare at me, and I'm screaming for help, and nobody will. I'm sorry.
Whoa. No, no, no. Whoa. That's scary because okay, Bone just subscribed because he found it and I just linked you. Okay. Um it says she has no content, but she has videos. But you know what? Those are worse than monster dreams because those are people. And that's like wow. Wow. And that's weird that you should say that because I was talking to my neighbor about a certain somebody um, that was doing some really, along with the weird shit that I've been finding around my house, that I'm getting, rid of a lot of stuff because I don't want to think negative about this person. I love this person. I've known this person for a very long time. And it's really sad, but along with the undergarment issue, because I don't care, I'm going to bring it out there. Nasty ass shit, just nasty ass shit that he was telling my neighbor. He showed her a video, really nasty video. I mean, I was just like, where is this dude coming from? I mean, just the nastiness of him. And then he's got these, and this is my question for anybody out there who knows anything. Okay. Yes, you're so right, Jens. People are more dangerous. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I got this question. So there are these smart lights, right? That you put into your socket and you get this little app. It's called Genie, and you can turn them all different colors, but you have to like set it up. And so I was trying to get mine to work because I really like the lights, right? There was one above my bed and there was one here in the kitchen. Well, so I go onto this app and I start reading about it. And it says, do you want to turn on video and audio and record? And I'm like, how can you record from a fucking light bulb? You can't. There's just no way. So then I looked up, me being my legal mind, I look up, does this certain whatever app, Genie app, been known for people to hack into it? More than one person can have access to the friggin' light bulb and make it different colors from anywhere, right? If you're close enough. And yes, it can be hacked, but there's been rumors about the video and the audio. But why would it say, would you want to turn that on? Right. So then I didn't realize she bought his TV. She bought his smart TV, and the TV turns on and off by itself. There's no way that somebody could have access to that kind of stuff via your phone? Is there? That's my question. I have no clue about this, and I don't want to read too much into it because I don't want to have another like horror story backed up. I have enough stories to tell. But anyway, so that was like really weird and creepy. And then your nightmare, that's really weird and creepy. And then somebody else told me another thing about the same kind of situation about um, just getting these photographs from this random dude. Okay. And my phone says I'm the owner, but when I go into my phone, I'm not Nancy. I have no access. And when we were getting the numbers and everything changed, he was the one that put all the SIM cards in and stuff. And I have no access. So I have to go down to Sprint, right? And figure out why I have no access because I'm the owner of the account. I can pay the account, but I can't go in and view any of the purchases or anything. So
That's
I'm
bizarre.
thinking it's really bizarre because I know her ex is like friggin' IT, friggin' geek like that. Like that's all he does is sit around and hack. Christina, also who lived with me, sat around and she had a big old notebook with a bunch of social security numbers and account numbers. And she was a big hacker. She would hack into people's accounts, okay, and like get credit cards in their name, whatever. I know that that is easy to do, but can you really control? Okay. And then creepiest thing, okay, besides the friggin' undergarment thing and the hole in the wall, I asked, my window was open. So I figured Anne cracked my bedroom window, right? So I went to push down. I couldn't push the window down. I'm like, what the hell? Why can't I push this window down? And this window, I know I locked it when I left. So I asked Anne, I'm like, Anne, she goes, no, your window was shut. I haven't opened your window. I said, my window is open a crack. And then I look and the screen's all tore up. The window, somebody pulled out my screen and tried to push the window in so it's off the track so it won't go all the way down on the side. And on the side is relatively like you can't really see. You know what I'm saying? So like nobody would notice somebody trying to break into that window as opposed to my front window. That was the third weird thing. So I'm like, so somebody's tried to break in to my house recently
Well,
because
my dream isn't weird, V. It's not strange. It's basically
it's
it's a fear.
scary.
Of course
It's
it's
scary.
scary. It's it actually doesn't have anything to do well, okay, so this is the meaning of the dream. I don't feel loved. It's just these guys who just want to fuck. That's it. That's all
Right.
they want. They just want to stick their penis into something and get off. They don't even care if I'm pleased at the end. They just don't care. I'm here for my pleasure. You're just a hole. That's it. That's all you are. And the squeezing of my left breast, that's where my heart is.
Right. Speaking of,
it's killing my heart. These guys are killing my heart. And I understand
you have a
that
golden heart.
it's not in my body, V.
Mm-mm.
It's in my hand.
It was given to you, though. I looked it up. And I asked around. I didn't to tell you that.
Well, okay.
Anyways, just speaking of hearts, I'm sorry. I don't want to get off topic. But
well, I was just trying to express what. Never mind.
No, I get it. I'm going to ask you a question. But all your relationships have been like that. You haven't had one good relationship a manly relationship in your life, have you?
Yes, I won.
Oh.
But but I don't want to talk about it because it's
Okay,
over
okay.
and gone.
Aw. You know, it just really
I don't
sucks.
understand why he. Okay,
Anyways,
so the whole point of,
let's
please just let
not
me
want to
speak.
upset you.
Please
Mm-hmm.
let me explain. The reason why I am upset and the reason why I'm looking for the return of this relationship is because it helps raise my vibration. Just him being in my life is enough to raise my vibration. It increases me. When I say that he increases my happiness, I'm already happy. I really am. But it's such a fight. It's such a fight. And it's not because I don't love myself. It's because I'm constantly fighting other people to keep my vibration up. I'm fighting other people. I'm defending myself constantly all the time. And it's just waves and waves of zombies, just waves of dead people. And it just gets to the point where you just want to give up and you just think, you know what, I'm better off in the swarm because I don't have to fight the swarm. Okay? But him being in my life, it's not a fight. It's not a fight. Being loved that deeply is not, it's just not, I don't have to fight anybody. I don't have to defend myself. I don't have to explain myself. He understands. I don't have to please him. I don't have to work myself to death to prove anything. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is just smile and we both balance each other out and the world becomes an easier place to live. That's the point. That's the point of the divine connection. And it's just, I'm grieving so deeply that he's gone and there's no way he's coming back. That relationship is dead. I feel like a widow, and I feel like the best thing that's ever happened to me is gone. And so I'm angry. Because it feels like it's not fair. Why did I have to defend myself? Why couldn't I? Don't understand.
I don't know. Grieving is such a fucked up process. And don't let anybody tell you, girl, how long to grieve or when you can stop grieving. It's an individual process. And if you need to cry and let your heart out, then do it. You know, nobody can tell anybody.
I have a fear of that too, because, you know, Queen Victoria lost Albert when she was in her late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
She grieved for the rest of her life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she went into seclusion for 6 years before she came out to go to even Balmoral Castle. That was her castle.
But you
6 years.
That's what she had to do. That
she never got over Albert.
Well, I mean,
she never got over him. I don't think I'm ever going to get over Loki.
A lot of people don't get over a lot of people. I'm not over someone, and I will never have fucking closure on that. And it kills me. Doesn't kill me every day now, but it's been like a minute.
At least you have a face. I'm
What?
sorry, V. At least you
Yeah.
have a face.
Yeah.
You have a physical man. I don't know who I'm grieving.
And
I
that's
have
what
such a
bewilders
strange.
me.
This is the same thing that any of Apollo's lovers would have had. Hermes, Zeus. I mean,
Um,
even Odin had lovers. Okay, this is what I'm feeling.
huh.
The Percy Jackson's mother
Mm-hmm.
feels this what I'm going through right now
Mm-hmm.
about Poseidon. And
Hmm.
I have nobody to talk to about this because it's so bizarre. The only
Hmm.
thing I have to look to is myth. How is
Hmm.
this possible? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know.
Hmm. Do you think maybe getting back to, we're stardust and, wherever we came from, this is, do you think that maybe it's really possible that um, we do have this other energy connection, okay, to this other side that makes us whole, like a yin yang, whatever, we got separated or
Yes, I
whatever, or
believe
it's a
in twins.
game.
Yes.
It's a game because I've had these dreams and these talks that, and really bizarre, like when I win the game, right? When I figure out who somebody is, okay, in life, in real life, right? And I win the game. Like I told you, I saw the eye at the end of the universe. I've seen some shit. I've heard some shit. And do you think that it just starts over again? Because I remember in my dream telling somebody that was close to me, okay, well, next time, don't don't like warn me, because you never warned me back in Egypt that I was going to be a fucking mummy, and that fucking face scared the shit out of me. If you got to change my face or something, because we're playing a game, I'm trying to find each other in a different ultimate. This is just like a dream I had. I'm just saying, what if that is really possible? And like each person, each pair has their own little thing that they go through, but they've already they've
It's
already
called numinous
manifested it.
energies. Yes.
Is that
Those
okay? You know what I'm
energies
saying?
we impact, even though we are individual spirits, we
Mm-hmm.
have a baseline. It's like an archetype. We have an archetype numinous energy.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm
I believe
it's
that.
like, yes, we have an archetypal energy.
Mm-hmm. I do. It's like that song from No Doubt. It's my life. It's my life. Don't you forget it. It's my life. It never ends. I was
The
listening to
numinous
that.
energy doesn't end because it's archetypal.
Mm-mm.
The individual choices that we make along the way, the journey,
Mm-hmm.
that's what matters. Okay, it's like a video game. All right.
That's what, yeah. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
It's like
And what happens when you beat
you
all
can
the
play the
levels?
same game over and over again, but you can have different characters. Okay, like if we were playing Skyrim, I could create my character as a female fighter person, and I can align myself with the Legion, and then I can go to Solitude, and I can settle in Solitude, and I can have a family there. But then I can play the game again, and I could be a male wizard, and I could go to Windhelm, and I could
Mm-hmm.
side with the Stormcloaks, and I can have a family in Windhelm as a Stormcloak. It's the same
Right.
game, but all these
Uh-huh.
choices that you make along the
Mm-hmm.
way are different, and that's what makes you unique.
Right.
Everybody has the option of getting married. There's nothing unique in of getting married or being born or having children, or there's nothing unique about being gay, for crying out loud. But the choices that you make, the connections that you make, well, in this lifetime I'm going to be gay, and I like big giant furry dudes, that's going to be my thing. But in the next life I'm going to be gay, and I'm going to like little tweak boys that are very feminine. This is two different. You're still gay, there's nothing unique about that, but you're making different choices here. Do you understand? Do you get that part?
Yeah, I totally, that's what I'm trying to, you say it much better than me.
Yeah, I mean and that's what that is. But there are some things that are so strong that follow you from life to life. And one of those things, at least for me, is
Thank you, Crimson. I thought it was by, but No Doubt does sing it, right? Sorry. I don't understand. It just sounds so complicated. I sent you that link to some of those audiobooks that I was listening to and stuff.
Yeah, those things just made me cry. I cried so
I know,
much.
Right?
Yeah, I had to turn them off. I'm not going to go back to listen to them.
Okay.
It's because they resonated too hard. I can't face that, because everything there is true. I've already been through those journeys. And I can't look back at that because I feel like a failure. Everything that was supposed to happen didn't happen. What the fuck? I did everything right. And I can't keep experiencing this. I can't. It's just soul crushing. It's soul crushing, baby.
So,
and I know you're so sick of hearing about it.
No, I'm not, because I'm really not sick of hearing it. You are fine. Trust me. Okay. I went through hell. Okay. I don't care if I had a physical person or not. Okay. I went through fucking hell, and I feel I have compassion for you. Okay. But listening to those two, I was apprehensive on sending them. One day you'll listen to them. But if we do have the power within, right? If the power is within us to change and manifest something, instead of, I mean, that's what I'm a little kind of miffed at. If we can,
I call horseshit on that. If we could do that, then I would not be where I am today.
Right. They say that it takes, you can't just like manifest a Maserati right outside your window. You have to do something small, like blah, 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 coffee or something. And, just listening to him. But my thing is, if we have the power within us and we draw up on that power, is it possible? Is it possible to change our reality? I believe so. I believe so.
The answer is no. You have to have cooperation.
Well,
you can't do it all on your own. It's just not going to happen. It's just not.
I'm not talking about just me, but okay, if I'm created in God, okay, air quote, God's image, and God is in me, and the kingdom is inside me, and if it's part of me, like my son's part of me because he's my child, and I'm this child, right? If I have that kind of power, and I call up on my source, and I call up on all the backers, right, to help me through something, then I'm believing, and it's worked for me. It's weird. In weird ways, though, not in ways that you expect. And then once again, do not lean on your own understanding. Just know when you call on your guides, and you call on spiritual peeps. I don't know, whatever you call them, right? Whatever your belief is no concern. But when you call on them, they are there. Who, no matter who you are, what religion you are, they are there. I know that for a fact. Everybody sees them differently. I see them differently than somebody else's angels. They, are different.
I think
Mine
we're
are
talking
major.
about two different things.
No, because I'm talking about changing a situation, changing. Okay, I'm sad. Why? Okay, not why is this happening? Okay, well, you know what? I want this to end, and I want what I instead of waiting. Fuck, I'm not saying it right. God, patooties. To manifest your own outcome. If it's a game, right? And we're on the last level of the game, right? What do? We go to a new game, right? We level up. Every time we got to beat a boss. You got to beat the little things. You got to beat the boss. You go to the next level. Blah, 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 up and up, right? Or whatever. You go to the next level. What if we manifest the levels? Like we make ahead of time the game. We program what we want to happen.
No,
No, you don't
no,
believe that we could do that?
no, because I have been in a holding position for about 3 years now, and I'm fucking sick of it. I'm just done
Okay.
with it. I'm
So,
still in a waiting position, and I'm worse off than I was before. At least before, okay,
mhm.
things, they weren't, they weren't. I guess there was a trade-off there.
Huh.
Even though things were not safe, I was happier because I wasn't alone. I wasn't alone. I mean, despite the fact that he was incorporeal, I still was not alone. I could see him. I could see him. He was a dark silhouette. He moved like a
Hmm.
black mist around my room. He was not bad. When I felt sad, he would lift me up. We would talk. So even though I was in isolation, I still had somebody there with me. And if he couldn't be there with me, if he left to go do something, I would get like messages. I had this connection. All right. It's not a connection to divine source. It's a connection to an energetic entity that was beneficial. And it was more than a guidance or angelic. This was my partner. He was my companion. He was my other half, my significant other, my I don't know what words to say here because I have
Right.
no precedent explanation for them other than and one of the reasons why I'm so adamantly fucking pagan is because the only place you see these kind of stories is in myth when you have a
Right.
mortal woman who's having an actual relationship with an incorporeal god. I can't explain that. I only know that it is true. And he would tell me things there's no fucking way I would have known. There's no way being out there in isolation in the middle of the country. I would have had no idea this shit was going on if he didn't tell me. I would have had no way of looking it up. I wouldn't have known. The whole thing perfect example was there was this bar in Florida. It was some kind of a terrorist thing where people didn't like gays, and then this person came in and blew up the bar. It was a few years ago. I didn't even know this was happening. We didn't have TV at the time, and I was sitting on the computer and I was writing in my journal, and Loki came in the door and he's pissed off. I mean, he is stomping all over the house and he is in a full-blown rage. And I'm like, okay, well, calm down, honey. What the fuck is going on? Why is he? And it took him a long time for him to calm down enough for him to communicate that something had happened. And he doesn't like bullies. Okay?
Hmm.
He just doesn't like bullies, okay? He will he will undermine and destroy the life of a malicious person like that. Okay, he just cannot handle that low level maliciousness. Okay, which is odd because, you know, from what, you know, this isn't something that's mainstream. When you talk about Loki, the mainstream idea is the Marvel. He's this bad guy and he's trying to take over the world and he's trying to go. No, that is not who Loki. That's not who he is. That's nothing like who he is. And so I have had a completely different experience with him than what this mainstream has been talking about for a long time. And I wouldn't have known. I said, well, okay, so what's going on? All this, this bombing thing happened. People are blowing people up, and all because of, prejudice and bigotry, and and I'm like, okay, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? Look it up. And he's storming around and he's cussing and I mean, he's throwing a fit. So I go on to Google. I'm trying to find out what the fuck bam, there it is. It had just happened. It was I was like 45 minutes late.
I don't know. I just find this like fascinating because I've just experienced it myself.
Yeah,
and
I've had to defend Loki for over 10 years. I've had to defend him because when I started openly talking about him, like really comfortably with members, well, anybody that wasn't my kids knew way before anybody else because they're the ones living with me. But when I started talking about him openly,
right, and once again, just a disclosure for people who don't get it, we're not talking about
for the love of God and everything holy, this is not about stone. I just want to get over that. Seriously, right. I just want to get over that. If my Loki was stone would have come to me a long time ago. He would have come to me months ago, and he would have spoken to me. All I've gotten from him is fighting and silence. If he's going to be that way, that's not my Loki.
Okay, but
Stone is not my Loki, and he's not a Loki. Period. Well, he just happens to have a name.
Right. I just want to make that clear because a lot of people still, I just don't want rumors getting around that that's what we're talking about. We really are talking about it's Supernatural Sunday. We're talking about, I'm going to look bone. I live in my own hell too, but I'm trying to get out. I know how hard it is, Kathia. You're not alone in this struggle. Just a lot of people aren't verbal about it because think about it. When you go...
Well, it sounds like I'm bitching, and I'm not in hell. I'm not in hell.
I'm not saying that, hon. What I'm saying is when we start talking about like this kind of stuff, people look at you like, yeah, you're one for the mental ward. What are you on? What, automatically it's like there's
I've never been afraid of that because I don't have a lot of people around me. If you don't like me now, why am I going to work? Why am I going to try to prove that I have value to you? Why am I going to try to kiss your ass to get you to like me? No. You're either going to like me for who I am, for what I am, or you're not going to like me at all.
Sometimes.
And I'm not going to put on a mask for you, and I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not going to agree with you all the time because I am a person and I have my own thoughts. I am autonomous. And I will not conform. I will not conform.
No.
And because of that, people are afraid of me and they don't want to talk to me.
Do you need those kind of people around you? No. But sometimes, girl, because
I
I'm going to be
do
really
need
stupid right
people,
now.
though.
Sometimes you just need a little hippie love, babe. Here's some hippie love spray for you. Because I love you and I believe in you and I think you're great and awesome and wonderful. And to be honest with you, I so enjoy these streams with you because, number one, of your honesty. It's so cool to be able to be honest with somebody about our feelings or talk about whatever we want to talk about. Okay.
Yeah,
And
there's
most
no,
of it,
I don't have
I
any
love it.
judgment. I mean, how can I, let me put it like this. I have got some outlandish shit. How could I possibly sit in judgment
Yeah.
over somebody, over
Right.
somebody else's feelings when I'm sitting here in my chair talking about having a relationship with an incorporeal God?
Right.
How, how, how?
Hmm. Oh, now, brown cow. Really? Seriously. That's why you're so brilliant and you're a writer and stuff. That's why I write. A lot of
Oh
my
my
stuff
God.
that I write, people are like, "Oh man, that's deep, man. Where'd you pull that out of?" I said, I don't know. I just write bullshit." No, it's either an experience or a nightmare, a dream or something. It's like real.
Mm.
I don't use real names or anything like that, like especially in my poetry. But yeah, that's why I started writing. It's the only
You
way.
know what I found out? You know what I
Huh.
found out? Okay, so check this out. There's this guy named Matt Mercer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's like this really famous dungeon master. I've never and it's on this thing called Critical Role. I don't know uh really much about it other than the fact that it exists. Okay. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So somebody's been somebody's been poking around my blog, V. Somebody actually
Mm.
took something off my blog, made money off of it, and then Wizards of the Coast stole off of him, who stole off of me, so that
Mm-hmm.
they could rewrite their
Mm-hmm.
religious structure in their temple. So my temple
Mm-hmm.
of Rayism is now, like, of course, they would never admit to this because it's been
Mm-hmm.
changed just ever so much because of, lawyers and copyright laws and shit like that, right? So
Right.
now my Temple of Ray is now officially in 5th edition.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's that kind of shit. We're not gonna pay attention to you and your content until it can make me money, and then we're not gonna mention you. We're not gonna mention where we got it from. We're not gonna say, we're not gonna give you any kind of credit whatsoever. We're just gonna steal it from you.
Wow.
Anybody who has done that to me, I curse you. Seriously, I am able to do this. This is one thing I can do, and I don't feel bad for doing it. Anybody who's ever stolen anything off my blog and not given me any credit for it, even just in a fucking mention, a
Mm-hmm.
small fine print in the back of a fucking book, if you have not done this, you are cursed.
Well, yeah.
Everything that you ever do will be stole by another person from now on, until your actions have been atoned for. The curse has been laid. So mote it be.
Hmm.
And no, I don't feel bad for doing that.
Well, you know what? It's your life. Don't you forget it. I love that song. I'm serious. When that played, I was like, really. I mean, I remember that song. That was one of my favorite songs growing up. Blah 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 blah. But when I was really listening to the words, and like the words stuck in my head, I'm like, God, I forgot what that meant to me. It's my life. Don't you forget it. You know? Huh. It's my life. And that's why when you were saying the other day about boomers and stuff like that, and I'm like, why am I so effing different from the rest of them?
I don't know.
Seriously, because I walked around, it's my life. I'll do what the fuck yeah, whatever I want to do. What does it matter to you what I do? How is that affecting your universe or how is that affecting you? If it
Yeah.
starts to affect you, then that's different. But if I'm going about my business and I want to lay down in the grass and look in the clouds and make stories in my head and write poetry, what harm am I doing to anyone?
Or what good? You know, something that has been not bothering me like not like heavy, but it's been nagging me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the mind that I never want to promote another person's work ever again.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest stab was probably, and this is not going to sound good, but
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think I think I think Adega is the reason why for that.
Well, I mean, I have my own sabotage uh, people that have taken my stuff,
No,
but you
he
know
didn't
what?
sabotage. It's not that
No,
he
I know. I'm talking
sabotaged
about
me.
something different. About
Oh,
like how you're saying promote someone. Well, I just went through, and I'm still going through, not only physical hell, a spiritual hell, but a fucking mental hell, man. Because the more I think about the crap and everything that, see, and I don't want to have that mentality. Well, I did this and tit for tat and blah blah blah. I do not want to have that negative um feeling towards anybody, because that is not good to project. I can't be happy, peppy, bubbly, uh, sarcastic, fun all the time. I do have a very professional, deep side to me. Okay. Not a lot of
mm,
people see it because I'm scared to show it, believe it or not. But, anyways, to get hurt like that, because I wrote that story and that story was stolen from me. But not only that, I almost lost my life. Not only that, I brought people in with
yeah.
me. Okay, do you know how that makes me fucking feel?
Yeah, I know exactly how that makes you feel because that's the reason
Okay,
why I
but
did not join you, is because I knew that's what was going to happen. I'm sorry,
right, and
V,
you
but
know what I did too? That's why I was kind of keeping it light. And that's why I was using my money. Like if I wanted to uh give a little Christmas bonus or whatever, okay?
mhm,
Because
mhm,
I didn't want any work done for fucking free and not anyone get paid for their work. Well, two people did not get paid, and that was me and Darth. Okay.
yeah.
I
Well,
I don't talk.
also
I mean,
I'm
it's
really
horrible.
I'm really convinced
I'm
that he's the
devastated.
one that called me that night for a booty
Right?
call.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know he did, because
I'm
you should see. Okay, I'm going to say it. The video that he showed Anne was of somebody freaking giving him a BJ. You show that to your friend that you've known for 40 years as neighbor?
oh my gosh.
More disgusting stuff and more disgusting stuff. I wasn't going to say, but I'm busting because I think people got to know, you know what? Not everybody, not every, I've known it would be different if it was someone I just met, but I grew up with this person
Oh my god.
and my heart is broken for him, and I don't want to be a bitch about it, but the more and more shit comes out, it's just like, whoa, what do I do? That's why I got to get rid of everything. So hurry up and get your truck. You know,
Right, okay.
it's not because I'm triggered. I hate that word. I've always hated that word. That I'm gonna, go into this. Blah, 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 blah. No, it's because I don't want to think a negative thought. I'd rather remember him how before he came down here, you know.
Yeah.
And
I'm
whatever
sorry
good
that
luck
that
with the
happened,
book.
V.
I hope it he does well.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
Call it
I
as
hope
it is.
I hope he does well. I just said I
I
hope
hope he
he does
chokes on the
well.
fucking chicken bone. That's what I hope.
Okay, but I hope he does well. That's it. Not I didn't say well at what. I just hope he does well. I'm leaving it at that. I cannot.
Actually, I hope that he uses up his money and
What
he
money?
buys himself a gigantic fucking mountain of cocaine and he fucking has a heart attack right in the middle of it. That's what I hope. I hope he drugs himself out
Really?
to the point where he destroys himself.
I hope I get a phone call in a year or two that he's doing much better and uh, he's gotten
No,
the
let
help
that
that he
motherfucker just
needed.
start all over again. No.
Well, no, I cannot do that. I'm so that's where I cannot do that because I am not going to project that kind of stuff. He's still a human being. People make mistakes and they can change.
I'm
I say that for
I'm not
everybody.
just angry at him. I'm also angry at the same thing that was
Right,
going on with another fat fucker who
right.
was bullshitting around. And a second fat fucker who was bullshitting around like that.
Okay,
I'm
so
really it's about these nasty low vibrational people.
mhm. Well, and
Okay?
I don't want to be around those people, so I will not be around those people.
And
I
yet they
will,
always seem to show up, don't they?
we're magnets for it. At least I
Oh,
know.
oh, also remember that I'm still angry about my nightmare too.
Hmm. And that's okay.
Okay?
It's okay to be angry. It's okay to kick over the temple tables. Just don't kick over the temple people. Don't hate the sinner, hate the sin. That's always in my mind because you know what? I was a You don't know. You
Mm-hmm.
guys know me now. You don't know how I was before. You think he's bad? I could freaking run circles around him back in the
Oh, so
day of
because
being
so
with the drugs and the fucking psychosis and all that other bullshit. Okay.
oh,
So I
well,
have
okay
no,
then.
yeah, I have no, so my heart goes out to people like that because I've been there, done it. But look, I'm not the victim anymore. I'm victorious. Okay.
Mm.
And I don't want to sit there and go back into that psychosis about friggin' that kind of drug and all the other
Mm-hmm.
drugs that he was mixing with it, all the hallucinogenics. Okay.
Oh,
And
sounds like to
then
me he wants to die anyway.
it's not that, but being so computer savvy and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden there goes the overthinking brain of Nancy. You know, I got to look up everything about smart TVs. Well, look, Yen says it. If the TV is allowing connection, right, to be made for the camera or anything else, it could be hacked. Well, if it was his TV and programmed by his phone and he sold it to her, why can't he? So he can still activate it over there. Her ex does the same thing. She's got two fucking stalkers. And I'm not saying nothing about being psychotic or anything like that. At
Mm-hmm.
first I thought, well, girl, I think you're a little friggin' twisted. I think you need to fucking lay off the weed or whatever you're doing, blah blah blah. For a long time I was really thinking that. But no, I've known her for 10 years. I mean, I've been in the same city, in the same town with her for 10 fucking years. And I know her and I know her first boyfriend and I know what he's capable of doing. I've seen it with my own two eyes. And the other
Mm-hmm.
TV's all messed up. But that light bulb thing really fucking threw me for a loop because I'm like, whoa, have we progressed that much?
The answer is yes. You can get a light bulb that has a speaker and a mic in it. We have
And
one.
you can place it over someone's bed and
Yes.
record them.
Yes.
And then if I have the same access to that light bulb in said bedroom,
You could
I
hear
could,
everything.
but not if I was blocked from using that part of the app. I was not shown that. I just stumbled across that. And I'm like, oh my God. Now it reminds me of Parrot Head, what Parrot Head said about the phone that somebody could turn on, like send you a link, send you a
Mm-hmm.
virus, and then they can
Mm-hmm.
turn on your camera and stuff. Every time she types a message, her friggin' flashlight flashes.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he put the SIM cards in, and he put the SIM cards in wrong. She gets texts from my old number that doesn't even work anymore. But he's got that SIM card, and he put it in when my phone didn't work to go back to the old number before I got the new number, right? He goes, here, just do this. And you can text and you can talk, but you can't go on no, you can text and talk, but you can't go on the internet. Okay. So I had at least text capability, but then that card is missing. I don't have a SIM card in my phone anymore. So it's possible he could have taken that and then used that number and changed the account because the account's blocked me. I'm the account holder. How do you block the account holder? Who pays the fucking bill? How do you do that? Technology is way too much for me. I want to go back. I got to go back to simpler times. This is too much.
You know, there is a bonus
things
to
that
being
talk to
analog
you.
nowadays, you know?
Pardon me?
Seriously, there is a bonus to being analog nowadays. You know, there's some security in being analog.
So analog is
the opposite of digital. Analog is a rotary phone. Digital is your cell phone.
Technically challenged.
Yes, well, sure.
The more you know, the more you know, the more you can hack. I will tell everybody something, and I'm not proud of it, but I'll tell you what, it takes a thief to know a thief. That's all I got to say. It takes an addict to know an addict. It takes an alcoholic. If you've walked those roads, you can spot them a mile away. Okay? We didn't have computers back when I was fucking running game. And yes, it's all been taken care of. All my legal problems, I've never had a legal problem in my life, okay? I was a damn paralegal, for God's sake. But I'm just saying, it takes a thief to know a thief. It takes, like, you could probably spot someone who's a dungeon master, or just per se, because, you know, you've done it, you're into it, and you start talking, and all of a sudden, you can tell that person has something that you know, right? Does that make sense?
No, I generally have, yeah, but no. I know what you're talking about, but no. I have to fish for it. I have to fish.
Okay.
Because they look at me and they don't see a gamer. They don't see a dungeon master.
Right.
They see something different.
Right.
I do not, whatever it, I don't.
But you know they are.
No.
Right? No?
No.
Okay, let me think of a different thing. What have you done in your life that you can spot somebody who's doing that thing?
Oh, a really important, actually, yeah, something did happen. It was back in Tennessee. And it was after I had finally figured out what my stomach troubles was. Okay. And I was at the counseling center to see my therapist. And I walked out into the lobby because I was finished with my session. And there was an older lady in the waiting room, and she was sitting there, and she was grabbing her stomach, and she was rocking violently back and forth, and she was just burping, burp, 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 burp. And I looked at her and I said, "Oh, I know what's wrong with you." You know, and she looked up at me. She really couldn't speak because she was, I mean, just burp, belch, 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 belch. I said, "You've got reverse acid reflux. You need to take Rantadine, or you need to get on a daily acid reducer." And she goes, "Well, how do you know?" And I gave her the rundown of every fucking symptom that she had. And she was like, "Well, how do you know that?" I said, "That's because I have that problem too. What you're going through now is what I've already gone through. And I'm giving you the answer. If you don't, you're going to continue to be sick. It's reverse acid reflux. That's why you're burping. Your stomach has decided to overproduce acid like a little factory. There is nothing you can do to stop that except take medicine."
Okay. See? So you know.
Yeah, I know. And it's incredibly painful. It fucking hurts because your body's trying to eat itself.
See, that's what I'm saying. So you know how to spot that. So I know how to spot. Being around IT people, and when I worked for the startup company, okay, in Las Vegas, I worked for one of the Google guys, like 15 screens. Okay, he didn't do a drug in his life, but he would stay up all weird hours on the computer, constantly on the computer, constantly on the computer. And I'm like, he actually went to a place to learn how to hack. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, because I wanted to know so I know what to look for. Okay, whatever. But then you turn on the other side of that, and I've known people that stay up for days and days and days on their computer looking to do illegal activities. And especially if you're an IT guy and that was your profession for 30 some odd years and you've grown up with this whole thing, don't tell me that an MF, because I would learn how to do it. Back in the day, like I said, I wasn't on computers, but when I was running game, we did it paper-wise. But still, it's easy. It's probably easier now with all this technology. A light bulb, really? That fucking blows my mind. I feel like friggin'. I told Ann, I said, you know what we should do? We should act out a really bloody, gruesome murder scene, okay? And one in front of your TV and one in front of my light bulb, and see how fast the cops come. Or something like really diabolical. She goes, you're so evil. But you know what? Hey, who does that? You like, what kind of mentality? Now I got to look that up. What kind of mentality does that? How do you have to be that? That's what you do. Like,
A sociopath.
sociopath. So that's beyond a narcissist, huh?
Yeah, it is.
So a sociopath is
Sociopath
not,
would be modern Sherlock Holmes. Have you watched any of the
no,
Cumberbatch
no,
Holmes? You should.
no.
Oh yeah, you
I
should. You really, really should.
really
Seriously. Oh yeah.
okay,
Oh yeah.
okay.
Moffat did an excellent job with Sherlock
I
Holmes.
would like shit like that because I'm telling you, I don't know how this happened. I was a waitress and a bartender all my life. I got a job as a receptionist in
Oh.
a law firm, and bam, that was it. I was hooked.
You should
And
also watch Moffat's version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That one was amazing.
is that better
Um,
than the Legion of Men or whatever?
yes.
Really, it's Moffat. How do you spell that?
Moffat.
AT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he did a very excellent version of Dracula too. I was impressed.
Better than
Oh yeah.
Brim?
Oh
No.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Hands down.
Really?
Oh yeah. Um
Oh, great.
yeah. Well, I mean he did a good job. I thought he did a good job with Doctor Who.
Now
But
I'm still because I was working two jobs during the Who phase. I still want to go back because I remember my kid watching it, and it was interesting what little glimpses that I got. I was like, wow, that's cool. I want to watch that show, but I never had time for it, and then they didn't have
oh,
TV.
well then just start
So
with number 9 and don't worry about anything that came before 9.
oh, not
Just
like the
start with
first
number 9.
beginning of like how that all happened and stuff.
Wait, what? What?
Like,
Wait.
like the when they introduce the movie, like how it started, like the
Wait,
prequel.
you're talking about the movie?
No, I'm talking about the series, like the series Doctor Who, right? It was a series first, right?
Yes.
Okay. Talking about the series that all the kids were into
Uh-huh.
and young adults. Don't you start at least with the first one, like how it
No,
all,
don't start with no. No, no. Do not start with
no?
the first one. No, 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 no. No.
Okay.
Start with
Okay.
number 9. Just
Okay.
start with number 9.
Um,
Since you're a new fan, start with number 9. Do not start with number 1. You'll be bored to tears.
okay.
Yeah.
So being a new D&D, okay, and now
Oh,
I'm a
at
new,
D&D.
well, I'm just saying because now, yeah, I want to learn how to play D&D. I told you I'm really
Yeah.
fascinated with that. So now I'm like a level 1 there, and I'm a level 1 Doctor Who. Well, I'm just behind the times, y'all.
Well, since you haven't watched any yet, I'd say you're
Yeah.
level 0. You're getting ready to be level 1.
Okay. Yeah, because I really want to see like
Well,
this.
Christopher Eccleston did a wonderful job being the Doctor. I was incredibly disappointed when he decided to leave the show, but that also opened up the door for David Tennant, who I also enjoyed too. I really love 10. And I wasn't sure about 11. I wasn't really sure about Matt Smith, but he
Mhm.
won me over in that first episode towards the end. He was able to step into those shoes and really just take the reins, and he really went with it. Now, what I didn't like is I didn't like Clara. That's who I didn't like, and honestly, it has nothing to do with the actress because Jenna Coleman did a wonderful variant of Victoria, Queen Victoria, for the show. So I really enjoy Jenna Coleman, but the character Clara, I still have problems with her. And as Peter Capaldi, who came after Smith, he had to. He didn't. There was just something not quite about him, but not completely out of character. See, that's the weird thing. If anybody, the old fans from the first series would have understood what Capaldi was trying to what Capaldi was doing with the Doctor in the first 3 episodes of his arc. Okay, it made perfect sense to me. But the noobs who had not been exposed to like McCoy or even Colin Baker. There was a point that Colin was it the Sixth Doctor had a huge memory gap. There was a big problem with him. Okay, and he really couldn't. There for a while, he really couldn't figure out who he was. He had no idea.
Mm.
So between Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, Capaldi to me made sense. But because the new fans had never watched the old stuff, they didn't quite understand what Capaldi was doing, and so they started complaining about Capaldi. So there was this division that happened, and I think that's the reason why the BBC decided to go ahead and try to do a female. But the problem is they did not write. I was really looking forward to that female Doctor, but they just did not write her properly. They're just not writing her properly. They're
Hmm.
just not. They're just not writing her
Anyway.
properly. And so she's fallen flat.
Hey,
I can't. Yeah. I feel
maybe,
like I'm the only person on the planet that's watched Doctor Who or read Discworld. I swear. Because the only person that could
maybe
talk to me about Discworld was Purple
you're,
Lady. And now I can't talk to her about Terry Pratchett.
could we do like whatever they do to do like a who a new who a new who watch party or something and go from like whatever um
Ooh,
and
that's
put it up on
that's
I have a new device. First of all, I have a new device that only 2 people know about, and one is right next to me, and she's not going to
uh-huh,
say anything. And the other one's right next to me too.
uh-huh,
Okay,
uh-huh.
yeah. Anne and you are the only 2 that know I have this new device that is so friggin' firewalled, friggin' whatchamacalled, virus protected, totally different email, totally different person. It's like a new identity, man. It's kind of cool. So
Uh-huh.
anyway, so I'm typing on that and I got my phone over there, okay?
Uh-huh.
But I didn't hook it up to my old Google. I made up a whole new thing, and I have another phone and I use a different phone number. So I really want to know. I really want to mess back with these people, whoever they are. Really, seriously. I just want to mind fuck them or something. Just something, the little Nancy Ellen is just bursting inside to like, yeah, you want to watch something, buddy? I'll give you something to watch. I just have to figure out what. Wahaha. Milton! Woohoo! Milton's here. Hello, Milton.
Hello, Milton. No,
Hello,
but I mean, doing a Doctor Who watch party sounds good to me.
yeah. Bone, if
Yeah.
you're in, yeah, I'll set it up for a certain day at a certain time where, people can be available, and really seriously just do a watch party and have, because I like it when there's
Ooh.
a couple, what?
Does Milton, do you watch Doctor Who? And if
He
so,
just,
are you an old fan, a new fan, or both?
and then here he goes down here, and the female doctor is actually the wrong actor for the part she was. You can read.
She was excellent on Torchwood. He's a watcher. Oh my God, yes, he's a
Yeah.
watcher. Okay, yes, Torchwood. I enjoyed Torchwood. Again, the problem with Torchwood is it turned into a how do we kill Jack this week? That's
Okay.
what the problem with
Now,
Torchwood turned into.
is this like a spoiler alert? Because
No,
for us
Torchwood is
news,
a spinoff. Torchwood is a spinoff of Doctor Who, just like the something about Mary Jane. Oh, not Mary Jane, Sarah Jane. The Sarah Jane Chronicles is also a spinoff of Doctor Who as well.
Okay, gotcha.
There's
Okay,
there's a few spinoffs.
So I can call it the New Who's. It's gotta be stupid. The new.
We are New Who's. We live in the
new,
Whoniverse.
The new, and then Who's, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
And on a certain time, and then we'll start with episode 6. You said, right? 6 or 9?
Wait, no. You're starting with the 9th Doctor.
Oh.
You're starting with Christopher Eccleston, who is the 9th Doctor, and you're going to start off with the episode called Rose.
Okay, so we're not. So are we going to understand who the doctors were before?
You don't need to know that.
We don't need to know that.
Nope, just start with number 9. Don't worry about anything that came before.
Okay,
just don't think about it.
If we want to go back and watch it later and see, we can.
Just do yourself a favor and don't do that yet.
Okay. So we'll start with the 9th Doctor.
That's right.
And then we'll do it once a week or something. Okay. I missed you, Milton, the insane witch king. I gotta say this to Milt. He'll die laughing. So I got a new new stripper song. The new Rod Zombie Boom Boom Boom. It goes, the lyrics go boom boom boom, the witch is in the room. Boom, boom, boom. She's sliding up a broom. Can you imagine a stripper pole with like a little witch's broom and you come out with a little witchy hat? Not that I'm going to do it, okay, Milton, or anybody else, but how cute, right? That would be for a stripper. That's like the perfect stripper song. And being the insane witch king, I needed your opinion on that. If you would be so kind as to test out that stripper pole for us. Okay. I'm done being stupid. Maybe not.
Probably you're a new fan. If you haven't watched any of the old, Who, then you're a new fan. And regardless of what anybody tells you, there's nothing wrong with being an old fan or being a new fan or being both.
Well, number one, it's my life, number one. And if I want to be a new or old fan or whatever, to me, it doesn't matter. As long as the show is good and entertaining and we have a good time, that's all. No, and discuss it and what we liked, what we didn't like, and just no arguments. You're wrong, I'm right, any of that. Just actually be be like civil with each other and just like have a good time, I think that would be fun.
Right. Yeah, the
Right?
secretary and Jack had a relationship. It did seem a little forced, yeah. But that's because the secretary was grieving the loss of his wife, and I don't think he actually liked Jack, not like not like that. I think that it was desperation. He needed somebody. That's what
Mm.
I think.
So
I don't think it was
is it almost, I don't even want to say this. This is going to come out of my mouth. Please, I apologize before this comes out of my mouth. Why, when I think of Doctor Who, do I think of sliders?
because of the intro, V.
Is that what it
It's a
is?
very yeah, it's a very similar intro. But you would also have to throw Stargate in with that one too.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the intro where they're
Okay.
slipping through it a light tunnel.
Because, yeah, okay. But they're at parallel, whatever. Yeah, was that a spin-off, or is that like a spin-off of
No,
the idea
no,
of Doctor Who?
no,
No?
nope.
Okay.
Sliders is completely different from Doctor Who, and Stargate is completely different from everything else. Wait, I like Doctor Who because I only have to remember one name, and that's about my limit.
Doctor
Okay, so
Who.
we're not going to discuss the fact that there are actually 13 doctors. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but they're all named Doctor Who. But they're all named Doctor Who.
They are all Doctor Who. Yeah, which is my
I miss your wacky humor.
I have a type. What can I say?
Right. I think we all do, right? So
Yeah.
so I don't want to know. I'll find out when we start watching. So we have Wake Up Wednesdays. Um, we obviously do Saturday Chit Chat now, and paranormal, whatever this Sunday is, because I do want Jen to tell some of his stories from where he is.
Hmm.
I don't know if you have time or not, because I'm going to bring him up. If you're still around, Jens, because I want to hear some of them ghosty stories from his part of the world, his part of the ship.
I could tell you ghost stories from England. Shit, that's easy.
You don't sound as good as Jens does talking.
Well, no, it's because I lack the accent.
Right. And then you know what? He can whip out his guitar and play us a tune. Hey, Jens, practice Rod Zombie's new Boom Boom Boomer's new album. It's a fucking trip. It's a trip. My demons don't wait, what the demons don't like you. And I'm like, oh my God, how many times have I told him that in my life? Okay. Just the whole album is just funny. To me, it's funny because I grew up with him and now he just put out a new album. And where I heard it was at Darth's. He waits till the last day when I'm leaving to whip out this record.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, really? First of all, he doesn't really like the music so much, but the vinyl, excuse me, is so badass. It's
Hmm.
like it is gorgeous. It's like red and black. It almost looks like blood, and it's just really it's gorgeous. And
Oh my word. Okay.
he's got some nice friggin' vinyl. Some God, they're printing them on like um shocking colors and all sorts of weird stuff on them. It's pretty cool, actually. I have
Yeah,
to
my
say.
daughter collects vinyl now, which I don't have a problem with, but my
I,
favorite she's got the Labyrinth soundtrack. She's got the Oh Brother Where Art Thou soundtrack. And those are our two favorites. Now she's got her personal favorite, which is Glass Animals. Oh, actually, V, you might like Glass Animals.
um,
Um,
I used to have a bunch of them, glass animals, and okay, Bone, that's it. Right now, I am like 15 different shades of effing green. You saw him in concert, not just once, but a couple times, really. Was he good?
mhm.
Tell me he was good in concert. Tell me, like,
I imagine he puts on a good show.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. I bet. I really do. But anyways, so if I had my LP, because they were LPs back in the day, you can't call them vinyl now, I guess. You couldn't call mine vinyl. I wouldn't think. I think it's two separate things, huh? Star?
I'm sorry, what?
Because vinyl's printed differently than the LPs were printed.
Well, modernly, yeah. That's because the technology's been updated, but it's pretty much the same thing.
But what I really missed was the covers and the artwork on the covers. And
oh, yeah.
Oh my God. But if I would have my collection still, you just don't think.
You know,
You know what I'm
if you
saying?
like video games and you like music, Jack Black created a video game called Brutal Legend, and it's got fucking Ozzy in it.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Old
yes,
Ozzy
it does.
or
no,
with
Ozzy Osbourne
Ozzy?
does the voice. Ozzy Osbourne is a character in the video game, and it is voiced by the one and only legendary Ozzy Osbourne himself.
Whoa.
Yeah. It is a legendary fucking game. This game is worth playing over and over and over and over and over and over again. I love it. I wish I had a copy of it, but it got broke.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I'm not going to give away the ending. There's an ending. There's a surprise ending. Because my brother told me about it. My brother's like one of the few things that my brother has gifted me with in my whole life is Brutal Legend. Okay, and he goes, you're gonna love the ending. I said, what do you mean? He goes, I really don't want to screw this up for you, but the person who is the main protagonist, the big end boss, is one of your favorite celebrities.
Mine?
And I was like, okay, is it Ozzy? He goes, no. Ozzy's a different character. Okay. You see Ozzy all the time, but this end character you only see once, and he's voiced by somebody very special. And I was like, okay, don't tell me. And I'm not going to tell you.
You're not going to tell me?
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, you suck. Oh, you suck. Because I'm sure.
He's legendary, though. This game is just full of legendary shit. Girl, I mean, it's just amazing.
Really now?
If you're a headbanger, you're going to love this video game.
If we start this game, it could go into a couple eternities, okay? If we start this, let me guess who you are going to say.
Okay, I will text you who it is. If you want to know and you know that you're...
So that way I like to figure out shit.
Okay. How
and then you can text me yes or no. How's that?
Oh, no, that's too easy.
Is he a rock star?
He is not a rock star. What kind of clue can I give that isn't obvious but won't give it away? I haven't. He's so legendary. If you even say one of these things, it's like, bam, you know who it is. Actually, one of his names, first name and or maybe last name, is also a type of food. There. That's a little bit more vague. Hello? Okay. Yeah, all right. So anyway, I think we should have, well, I might put that on my own channel. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Yeah, I'll think about putting that on my own channel. Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. I was wondering what the heck was going on. Yeah, you're back. Carrot Top. That's hilarious. Thank you, Bone. The answer is no, it's not Carrot Top. Carrot Top. Although that is actually a pretty good guess. Jiminy Crikeys, I haven't thought about Carrot Top in like decades.
I think Adega is the reason why for that.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh. Well. Oops.
Oops.
Well, that's
Am I back?
Yeah, you're yeah.
Well, that's
But we can hear the worst part of the conversation in the background. Oh man. Why do I even bother opening up my mouth? Sometimes I feel like it's just oh man. It never comes out right, does it? Oh well. It's not like he talks to me anyway. Which I think is the saddest part because he had nothing to do with that. But in order to fit in with everybody else, he had to stop talking to me too, which really sucks. Thus is the damage of, actually, that is the real damage of what happened. Everybody just jumped aboard the hype train and took off from the station. Most of them didn't even know what happened, including the one who caused the problem. Actually, the two that caused the problem, which is the reason why I really don't need to be talking about this. Basically what happened was, you know what? Maybe I should get that off my chest. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on a live stream or not, Milton. But there was an issue that was going on.
Am I back?
Last year. Yeah, you're back.
Oh my God, I hacked my own self. Just kidding. Oh. You can hear me?
Yeah. I was actually gonna tell Milton what happened.
Okay. Do that. I'm gonna mute.
Okay. There was an issue that was going on last year with content. Basically, it was content and guests. Now, before that, there was some confusion on my part. I honestly, I have no idea why it happened. I think I know why I was being lightly ignored. It wasn't professional. It was personal. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to use names. Am I going to be brave? Am I going to do this? Am I going to tell my story? I don't see why not. I mean, what can happen? They can kick me back out again? Yeah. I don't talk to these people. These people don't talk about me, and this is my story from my point of view. So I'm going to start using names. Okay, so this is what happened. All right. I discovered I had a crush on Stone. That's pretty obvious. Everybody knew that. And it actually didn't have anything to do with the whole Loki thing. It was something totally different, and it freaked me out. It scared the shit out of me. But as you probably already guess about my character, I'm a pretty brave person. Okay, and I wasn't ready for a relationship, but I found myself being very, very preoccupied with him specifically. So I talked to him, I said, hey, I think I have feelings for you, and yeah, so there's that. And he said, well, I'm in a relationship. And I had no idea. I mean, he hadn't mentioned anything about being married or having a girlfriend, there was nothing. I had no clue. And the person that he was in a relationship with was somebody that I talked to, and I considered her to be a friend. And so I was embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because I didn't know, and I was so embarrassed. And it was awkward. It was awkward for the three of us. I thought I was going to be able to get over it. He thought he was going to be able to go over it. And I think she thought she was going to be able to get over it. The fact of the matter is, I made her feel very insecure. And I think, I could be completely wrong about that. All I know is that the friendliness stopped after my birthday, really. After that, it started to get weird in the beginnings of April. But it just sort of started to degrade. He stopped coming to my live streams. He stopped speaking to me. He just pretty much ignored me. Well, people noticed that. And so I started to get weirdness from other people. Okay. When you fall out of favor with a popular person, other people know that. Now, obviously, Stone had no idea that this was going on. He also did not know that people were starting to spread rumors about me. And they were saying some pretty nasty, nasty, nasty things. And I felt alone. And I tried to talk to him about it, but he just kept blowing me off. And I tried to talk to other people about it, and they kept blowing me off. And it started to get pretty bad. And I started to get very angry because I didn't feel like I belonged anymore. There was this awkwardness in the whole group. You know how it is when you're in a group of people and they're talking behind your back, but they don't want you to know what they're talking about. So they speak in whispers, and when you come close, they all just stop and they all stare at you. That's very similar to what was going on. Well, I decided that I was going to back out of that a little bit. Okay. And I was going to go do other things with other people. The problem with that is I did not know, and I don't think Stone knew how far reaching his influence is, because it was out. I mean, even to the point where it was affecting PJ. Now, PJ also had a problem, because I went over there to that section. I went over there to that group, because the community there's different communities on YouTube, even though they're part of this whole fandom menace thing. It's not one community. It's a bunch of subdivided communities, depending upon who's the most popular at any given point. Okay, and you had a few popular people. You had Trey with Max World Entertainment. You had Valhalla and Loki's Mornings of Mischief, and then you had Orville Nation. I think those were pretty much the top three. Okay, so Trey was, well, his streams are pretty straightforward. I mean, they're fan films. Okay, so there's not a lot of drama that's going on specifically with Trey and his channel. It's the people in the chat that I was having problems with, because these people were also parts of these other sub communities. PJ for months and months and months had the same people on his show. It was the same the Wednesday night, what was it, Women's Empowerment Wednesdays or some shit like that. It's the same women over and over again for months, and I couldn't figure that out, because there was a Starry-Eyed Girl for a while, there was a Star Wars girl, there was Jane Theory, there was all these other women that would have jumped at the chance, okay, of being on his show to bring in extra content, to bring in more content, okay? It wasn't just the same three women every single week for 4 months in a row. That's a lot. I'm not saying that these women were bad. I'm not saying that these women didn't have any content. I'm just saying that there should have been a rotation, okay, of different women. So I saw these cliques being formed, and this was definitely heavy duty also in Valhalla, because Eris of Chaos was suddenly on the channel all the time. Loki didn't go anywhere without Eris. If Loki was somewhere, Eris was right on his ass. I saw it with my own eyes. And it was just like, that's got to be his daughter. I mean, that's the only thing I can possibly think of. All right. So I'm like, okay, Eris is his daughter. It's got to be. Because I don't see. All right. She's got her own channel. I get that. All right. But there's this clique. So it was Eris and Sam Joe and Purple and Loki and Mark, the Infinitely Tired, and Mexican Iron Man, and this clique was just so damn clicky. And then for PJ, it was PJ, it was Katie, and then it was these two other chicks, all time. Then Mac, it was Vance all the time. Oh, I forgot Adega. Adega. It was constantly Adega. I mean, Adega told Stone Loki constantly, I don't know anything about Myth. Why is Adega on Loki's channel talking about Myth? Adega has repeatedly told him, I don't know anything about Myth. Purple knows more about Myth than Adega does. Why isn't Purple on there talking about Myth? And and I'm like, okay, well, why hasn't he asked me to talk about Myth? I mean, he knows I know. So that didn't make any damn sense. You know what? I have no idea what happened to Sam Joe. But then there was the spinoff of the Valkyries channel, and the Valkyries channel the content of that was the same, and it wasn't. I don't think it was because okay, I don't know. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. Can you hear me now? How did that happen? When you get back, you last left all my what part of the Valkyries did you hear? What the hell?
Now I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. No, you're muted again. You muted
Well,
it.
I
Now you're
unmuted
unmuted.
because I couldn't hear anything. For a long time, I couldn't hear anything.
I just started about the Valkyries channel. Okay, good. I'm glad because I used names. There was a separation. Okay, so the Valkyries went off onto their own channel. Okay, but that turned into a clique too, and that turned into a very specific clique. And I just couldn't hang out with that kind of. I couldn't hang out with that kind of language, and I couldn't hang out with that kind of behavior because it was basically just a bunch of dudes oogling Sam, Joe, and Purple. That's what the chat was. Sam, Joe, and Purple are talking about Vikings, and they're talking about, stories and myth and everything, and they're trying to be engaging. And then all these dudes are like, haha, they got red hair and tits. I really like them. Shut up. Shut up. I thought it was degrading. It degraded Sam Joe and it degraded Purple. It degraded the purpose of the channel. It degraded the content. It degraded the whole thing. Because you got some weirdo, a few weirdos in this chat screaming about how they love red hair. And they wouldn't stop. This wasn't a one-time thing. This was like every single morning that they were on. At least twice a damn morning, you got one individual in there screaming about how he loves red hair. Go look at if the channel is still up, go look at the live chats from last year. It's right there in black and fucking white. So these little cliques are being formed. I'm not in high school. This is a channel. We're supposed to be at least slightly professional. Anyway, all these channels were becoming cliques, and they were only having specific people on. These specific people were getting attention. And it wasn't the good kind. It wasn't the good kind. And all the communities were increasingly becoming more and more angry. I think that had something to do with the pandemic, but it also had to do with what was going on in the geek world, and it also had to do directly with the leading individual was becoming more and more angry, not with the geek world, but with himself, because he's in a grief process. Stone was in a grief process. He had just lost his dad, and apparently, from what I think might have happened, he lost a lot more than that, because in May he told everybody he was moving out. So he lost a job, he lost a relationship, maybe both. I don't know. He lost something more than his dad last year. He's lost whatever it was enough to affect him on a personal level, but he wasn't telling anybody. He's a pretty private person. I mean, fuck, we don't know anything about him, really. But because he was becoming angry with his situation and becoming angry with himself and in this grief process, which one of the steps is anger, he's getting more and more angry. There's more and more ranting happening. I can't deal with that. And for whatever reason, he's self-soothing himself by wrapping himself up with these people, which I don't think it was a good idea. But that's just an opinion. And it's neither here nor there. It doesn't affect anybody. Well, apparently this pissed him off. This pissed him off because I saw that there were specific individuals that were being asked more often on other channels. And so this click was now being shared with specific clicks. So you had PJ getting Eris on, Loki having Eris on, and then Nobody Geek having Eris on, and then everybody was asking Eris, and that's because Eris was up Loki's ass. This is the same thing with Katie. Katie was jumping from channel to channel to channel because she was up PJ's ass. She wouldn't go anywhere. PJ wouldn't go anywhere without fucking Katie toddling on behind him. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is up with this? Right? So I had the audacity to say something. Loki didn't like that. And so Loki banished me. He deleted me. He banned me on Twitter. He banned me out of Valhalla without knowing anything about what happened. A whole buttload of people followed suit. It was just a rumor. Oh, Kathy Starr said something bad about Eris. And so we unfollow her, we unsubscribe, and everything else. So on top of the rumors, on top of the bullying, on top of everything else, now I have no support. Then I go on to Jedi Bill's stream and I say, I'm angry. I'm angry at Valhalla. I'm angry at Loki. I'm angry at Stone. I'm angry at the Valkyries because of what happened. Yeah. That's what it turned into. Because I was angry and I didn't have a right to be angry. I got a message from Purple on Twitter, a direct message from Purple that said I had hurt Loki so badly. And I went, in my head, my response, I honestly don't remember what my response was. I said something about Mars gets angry when Venus doesn't respond, when Venus doesn't love him back, which is not what I was thinking. What I was thinking was this: are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I hurt him? Are you fucking kidding me? I hurt Stone. Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't hurt Stone. Stone is not affected by what happened. He might be sad that one of his friends is gone, but that's about as far as it went. From my point of view, I lost an entire fucking community. And he never spoke to me again. He just deleted me out of his life with nothing. With nothing. It doesn't matter. I got punished because I saw something that was detrimental to the community and I spoke out. This is what happens. Regardless of whether I was right or wrong doesn't make any difference. I had a right to say what I said because I didn't even say it all mean. I wasn't screaming, I wasn't yelling, I wasn't stopping. I mean, at most I was crying from disappointment. And not just one person or three people, but an entire fucking community turned around and stoned me to death. Literally.
What's funny is the people that did that to you are the ones who don't kneel, but stand for everything. But when you stand up for something that they're not quite fond of, boy, they're heading you to the gallows. So they're actually hypocrites.
They are, all of them. Valhalla is full of hypocrites, yes. Stone Loki is a hypocrite.
Somebody posted on Twitter, I'm not going to say who, but people aren't who they seem to be.
No, they're not. And it was a disappointment. And what I thought afterwards is, wow, I dodged a bullet. Because my Loki would never treat me like that. No Loki would treat me like that. That's why I say he's not a real Loki. This is just a theme to get him subscribers. It's not going to last.
This is a game. It's whatever. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. It's for real.
It's just not. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed. To this day, this has been unreconciled. To this day. And nobody has spoken up. Nobody's spoken up for me.
Okay.
And I can't speak for myself.
Oh shit, I gotta go over here. Hold on, I'll be right back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just disappointed because I held them up to my standard and I forgot. I had hope that maybe I had found a set of people who were at least a little bit supportive. I'm sorry for bringing y'all down. I'm sorry. This isn't supposed to be a pity party. This is supposed to be, I'm just expressing what happened. And I just don't think that, never mind.
Don't be sorry. I was sitting there talking. I didn't realize I was muted. Don't be friggin' sorry for anything. Seriously, especially on my. Okay. Look there. Oh, look, there's two of me. Shit. I'm hacking my own self, y'all. I am not right in the brain. It's lack of home good butterfly cooking. Jeez, what is wrong with this? Okay, am I back to one person? Ugh. Okay, so seriously, don't be sorry because you stood up for yourself. And that's, I mean, people sit there and say that that's what they're going to do and they're not going to do blah, 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 blah. And you stood up for yourself and you should be proud of that. Okay. It takes a really strong person, human, whatever, to do that. And number two,
Yeah.
it's hit and miss with friends. Like they say, I mean, I can count the amount of friends I have and the amount of
when it
friggin'
happens all
support
this when it
I
happens all
have.
at the same time, it's very overwhelming.
Friends to
V,
me are acquaintances. I have a
this
lot
isn't
of
the first
friends,
time.
but the support that I have from the people that I have it from, I wouldn't trade that in for the world. And I'll defend them to the death. And I don't care. I don't care what people say. Really, I don't. What are they going to hurt me? Are they going to take down my little teeny YouTube channel? Oh my God, it's okay. I'll live because I know what it's like to like open the door and go outside and plant a plant and go have a conversation with my neighbor and not through text and not being our faces in the phone and actually have a conversation. You know, don't, no, 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 don't apologize. Don't ever feel sorry for standing up for yourself, girl, because you're awesome. You're so passionate. Seriously. Right. And learn from it. Yeah.
This isn't
Yeah,
the first time I've
but
had a group of
butterflies
people
sometimes
make the
everybody's
same
grieving
comments.
process
So
or everybody's getting over the past is not the same. So, with that
no, it's
said,
not. Yeah.
we have to let people be people. If people, I get angry. I'm glad I have an avenue to vent out my anger. Come on, you guys have seen my videos? Please, like, do I care? No, no, because I'm real. I'm 100%. I'm not here to make money. I'm not here. I like to support people and buy hoodies and have fun and blah blah blah. But I mean, I get angry. I get really angry. Okay. And there's
I don't have the energy for
a
being
deeper side to
angry.
me that a lot of people don't know, but I don't show it because I just, I try not to get angry. I don't like myself when I get angry. Things get, I get upset when I get angry at myself for being angry. I don't like that feeling. And I just am trying to learn from,
No, I
my
think,
past
yeah, I think
fuck
I'm in.
ups. I don't
Yeah,
make
I think
mistakes.
I'm
I
in
make
the.
fucking huge fuck ups.
I think I'm in the acceptance
Okay.
stage of my
Like I
grief
said before,
process.
um, you guys know me now. You didn't know me 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 20 years ago.
I need to stop standing up
I mean,
for
I've been
myself.
through a
Is what I
lot
need to do.
and I have seriously, I'm justified to be angry and I'm justified to sit here and be angry all the time. But it took me a long time to get over some shit. What might take you a day to get over something might take another person 20 years. Might be like Kathia, who did you say who was the queen that never got over it? Okay.
Victoria, yeah, she
You
never
just
got
don't
over
know. That's
Albert.
what the whole judgment comes in. Everybody's so
Yeah.
busy judging and pointing fingers at everybody. And it's just like, God, can't we just be? Seriously, let it be. Can't we just be? I just don't understand. I just don't see how hard it is just to sometimes shut your mouth if it's a disagreement or whatever. You don't bash somebody. You don't take somebody through the ringer and then drag all your little minions, because that's basically what they are, until the new hot person comes along. Okay. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, sparkly. Okay. Like Dora, that fish. Sorry. I'm on a rant here. You know?
Apparently,
Be
I'm really angry
positive.
at him.
Bad shit happens. Oh, well, okay, so take from it what you can, as long as you need to mourn, grieve, or be angry is up to you, because why? It's your life.
Yeah.
It's your
Well,
life.
in my
Nobody
particular case, it's
should
difficult for me to even realize I'm
fucking tell
angry at
anybody
somebody
what
until
to
it's
do,
too
what to
late.
believe in, what to watch. Oh, disown that person. The whole Facebook. I'm going to defriend you. Ooh. Ooh, everybody's so scared of that. You know what I'm scared of? Who the fuck tried to break through my back window? Okay, and then do I have to sleep with a knife and a gun? That's what I'm scared of. I'm not scared of somebody defriending me or I lose a sub. Oh my, that's not what it's about. I thought that this was supposed to be fun and, a good time and everybody support each other. It's totally the opposite of what everybody portrays. And I did get caught up in some of it because I'm naive. Apparently, obviously, technically naive. Anyways, I'm done with my rant. One last thing. Don't you let anybody tell you what to do. Good for you, Kathia Star.
Well, there's no reward in it, I'll tell you that. Except just to know that I did the right thing. And I wouldn't have the white feather of Ma'at if I hadn't. That's
Did
the only
you know
thing.
that
That's the
about
only
Milton,
payout.
Kathia?
What?
I can't hear anything.
That I'm not that great, but no, I don't believe you. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work that way. There's lots of people that say I'm available to talk if you need to, and blah 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 blah. And honestly, it's just that idea. The intention there is pure. I believe you that you want to do this, but in reality, it will not happen. That's just how it is. Because believe me, when I really, really, really need somebody, I guarantee you there's nobody available. I guarantee it. It's happened too many times. I've had to pull myself out of hell too many times. And like I said, the person who offers that is, and their intention is pure. They want to be able to do this. Okay, I am in no way of saying that the offer is not genuine, because it is. There are lots of people, okay, who were close to me, or there are a few people who are still close to me. To this day, they're like, if you really need me, I'm just a phone call away. No, you're actually not, because you have a life. Okay, and you're not going to be available at 4:00 in the morning when I'm thinking about things I shouldn't be. You're not going to be available at 10:00 in the morning when I've spent, all night crying, and I can't sleep, or I'm having nightmares. It's just not going to happen. Family is a 4-letter word, and friends are not available when I need them. Because usually when they end up being available, I've already pulled myself through it, which is the reason why I have this, the way that I talk the way that I do. It's also another reason why I'm so damn strong. I've had to just be self-reliant. I cannot rely on somebody else. I mean, why do you think I had that nightmare? If we go back to the beginning of this conversation, that nightmare that I had, where I'm screaming for help because somebody's actively hurting me in a really bad way. I'm screaming for help. Nobody's there. They're all looking at me like, why are you screaming? And the grip is so, I woke up and my boob hurt. Nobody helped. They could see what was going on. They could hear me. They have the ability to move to me. They have the ability to come and help me. Do they? The answer is no, they don't. They just let me scream. The most horrible thing in this whole world is people. That's because I'm not talking. I'm not talking. I mean, even when I want to discuss, I'm not talking to you, Bill. I'm just not. You are one of my biggest disappointments. You were one of 3 of my very first friends on YouTube. I'm still pulling the knives out of my back, Bill. I don't want to speak to you. One word. Soup. The one and only time I showed up on your channel was a mistake. And it's actually even more disappointing that either you genuinely don't know or you're pretending that you don't. Because that is the night that it all disassembled. It blew up. I don't know what's going on with V. I wonder if her phone's messed up or if she's... V, what's going on? Where are you? I can't carry this channel. I can't carry this, not this channel. I can't carry this string. After that stream, somebody informed via rumor mill that apparently I had lost my shit.
I'm here. I'm just muted, by the way.
I'm talking. Okay. Bill. Somebody told the rumor mill that I had been talking shit about Loki, specifically Stone, which was not the case. I did say I was angry at Valhalla. I did say I was angry at Stone, but I did not lose my shit. I was disappointed and I was crying because of the bullshit that was going down and nobody would listen to me. After the stream of the soup, I went to other channels and I had been banned and banished off of shit that shouldn't have been banished off of. And it wasn't because somebody actually watched your live stream. It was because somebody was spreading rumors about what I said, that I was angry about what happened, and that I didn't know if I could go back. Now I know I can't. Now I know I won't. There's no way of repairing that. There's no reconciliation. There is no closure. I lost subscribers. I lost followers because of rumor. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I've just had enough of it. Well, I'm holding you responsible. Because it happened right after your stream. I mean, almost directly. In addition, I did try to actively phone call you and try to talk to you, and you ignored me. I tried to contact you direct messaging on Twitter. You ignored me. I even called Nina. I said, Nina, what's going on with Bill? She goes, I have no idea. So I actively tried to talk to you about it, and you ignored me. Therefore, you are guilty. It's June of next year. It's been almost a year. Yeah, I get that. I get that, Milton. I get that. Yeah, I'm blamed for things that I can't control, so I get to blame somebody else for something that they can't control. Because I'm not going to be heroic anymore. It's time to deal out some medicine, and I don't feel bad about that. Think what you want. It doesn't matter. I'm tired of surrendering. I'm tired of sacrificing, and I am very, very sick of doing the right thing. So in this moment, I don't want to. Ugh, Jeff, you don't want to know. I think that makes it worse, Bill. I think that actually makes it worse that you don't even know. You weren't open to know. You didn't want to be told, really. I don't have time for that kind of friendship. It doesn't matter. Think what you want. Sometimes I get to be the bad guy too. What a double standard. I'm not allowed to do it, but everybody else is. Stone's allowed to do it. Bill's allowed to do it. Valkyries are allowed to do it. Everybody else is allowed to do it, but Katia, you're not allowed to do it. I don't care. In this moment, right now, I get to do it too. As much bullshit as I've been through, I get to do it at least once. I think I've earned that. No, I forgive you, but that doesn't obligate me to talk to you. I wanted to work this out before now, and you've been closed off. You have blatantly ignored me. Now, when it's convenient for you, now you want to talk about it. No. I'm not hating anybody, but I'm also not obligated to love anybody either. And again, butterflies, one time in my whole life, I get to be the bad guy. One time in my life, I get to do the wrong thing, the dark thing, the hateful thing. Okay, I've earned that. And there it is. If you also notice, I'm not screaming, I'm not yelling, and I'm not, quote unquote, losing my shit. I'm just putting it right there out on the table. There it is. Think what you want. I'm a human person. I'm not perfect. I'm not Jesus. I don't get to love everybody unconditionally for all eternity for every single reason whatsoever. I'm a person. And when I've been hurt, I get to point a finger too.
Are you okay?
Surprisingly, yes.
Think what you want. I'm a human person.
Which means I must be over something. I must have reconciled something in my head. Butterflies, I'm not mad. And it's not negative. To have the freedom to stand up against somebody who has done wrong and say, no, that's not negative. That's positive. Because it's about reciprocation. You cannot give and give and give and give and give and not get anything in return, even if it's just a little bit of support. Or at least not even support, maybe just benefit of the doubt. I mean, I feel like I didn't even get that, you know? Fine, whatever. And that's what I'm talking about. Even that kind of behavior is very detrimental. I'm being negative in a positive way, and I'm being told what to do. That I shouldn't be doing that, that it's negative, and that I don't have a right to do that. And that if I don't agree with her, she's just going to leave. I don't get that. It's not loving or hating, Milton. It's not a draconian either or. There's this middle ground in which, you can forgive somebody, all right? You're not obligated to love them, but that doesn't mean that you hate them. It just means that you're in a neutral position. And in that neutral position, you've put up a boundary against that person, and you're like, no, you shall not pass. There's no rioting, there's no screaming or yelling, there's no crying. It's not like that. It's just, no, this is my boundary, and you're not going to cross it. There's nothing negative or hateful about that. It's protecting you. It's putting up healthy boundaries. That's what it's called. Healthy boundaries. That's what these things look like. And it may be perceived by some people, especially if they're young, that to love somebody unconditionally is the answer to everything. That's not necessarily true. You can be in a neutral position, neither loving nor hating, and just block. It's just block. It's just a block. No. It's difficult to get over the loss, and I'm having a hard time with it. I'm having a hard time with getting over the loss. I'm having trouble getting through this grief cycle, because it's not the first time. You get to that bargaining stage, and it's like, I thought that, it was going to be better than last time. I've had a falling out with several groups of people because I've stood up and I've done the right thing. I in the society. That's why I had to leave the society, because I blew the whistle on some bad people. They were bad. So I made life, better for everybody else except for myself. I just don't want to be the hero anymore. There's no payout. There's no reward for doing the proper thing. And I just can't carry that anymore. Exactly. Just somebody to listen to. Don't even make it fix it. Don't try to make it better. Just listen and say, yeah, you know what? I know what you're talking about because I had this thing happen to me. And so I understand that, how much it sucks. I get it. I'm with you, Kathia. I get it. I've lost this person and I had this trouble. It's not about upping each other. It's not about a competition. It's not about a pity party. It's, I understand and I identify with your feelings because I had these same feelings at this time in my life and that time in my life. And it's not negative. It's supportive. And I'm not going to put up with somebody telling me that it's negative. I won't. I don't care who they are. I know I'm doing the right thing for myself and for other people. So if I'm benefiting from it, me personally, I'm going to keep doing it. If it benefits somebody else, fine. But from now on, regardless of how it sounds, I'm for me. I'm tired of taking care of other people. I'm tired of feeding other people. I I have nothing more to give. I'm dead. My heart has been ripped out of me. I'm sure everybody in this chat knows, has had at some point in their lives, they've had their very heart ripped right out of them. Just soul crushing. I mean, the shock, you just sit in shock. It doesn't even have to be like death or anything. It's just something bad, something that affects you, or something that triggers you to the point of paralysis. I would love to I would love to tell you that doing the right thing does make your life better. And in some ways, that's true. Okay, so like spiritually, that's true. Mentally, that's true. But physically and ego, I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted. And I can see why heroes like Tony Stark just wanted to quit. They just wanted to stop. What was that? Iron Man 3 maybe? Or the beginning of oh God, the one where he's fighting Captain America. I think it's called Civil War, right? The beginning of that movie is Tony Stark is exhausted. He's tired. He's tired of doing the right thing. He's tired of saving the world. He just wants to go home and eat dinner with Pepper and just relax and have a drink and not and just be funny and stupid and laugh and just be normal. Exactly, Brian, exactly. But that's how Tony Stark felt. That's the reason why he was so willing to sign those papers, is because he didn't want that weight on him. He just wanted a break. I mean, I think back to a real live person who went through the same thing. Hank Williams. I mean, he was constantly being pushed, being on the road. And he was in so much pain all the time because of his he was disabled. He had like some back issue. It was like spina bifida or something. It was something about his spine and his hips, which is the reason why he drank. He wasn't an alcoholic just because. He drank because he was in a lot of pain, and standing there singing into the microphone with a guitar was very painful for him. And he was constantly being pushed, doing longer shows, doing encore after encore. I mean, how many encores was there in Arkansas at the famous concert? There was like 5 or 6 different encores. It was like a 3 or 4 hour show. Hank was exhausted and he was sore and he was tired. And he had a show to do the next night in Mississippi. And Nashville wouldn't give him a break. They just kept pushing him and pushing him and pushing him and pushing him until he fucking broke. He broke. He broke. Oh, wow, that's kind of interesting. I'll mark that in my little noggin. Click, click. But he ended up destroying himself because he either couldn't or wouldn't say no, and they just kept pushing him. that's another thing too. That's something that I have learned, that people who are overly nice are hiding something. Oh, I recently watched David Copperfield. Okay. And I had completely forgotten about the character Uriah Heep. Uriah Heep is a character in David Copperfield. David Copperfield was written by Dickens. Okay. Um, Uriah Heep was a character who was working for David's aunt lawyer. Now, the reason why this lawyer is so important is because the lawyer has all of the aunt's money. Okay. And the aunt was supporting David as a child. Okay. Because his mother and father are dead. All right. The lawyer lost all of the aunt's money. Okay. And that put the family into a very bad, tight situation. And the aunt thought that she was going to be bankrupt. Okay. So the assistant of the lawyer, his name was Uriah Heep. Now, when we meet Uriah Heep is a very humble and nice person. All right. He talks very gently and he encourages David, and he says supportive things, and everything is beautiful and wonderful, and we're nice and gentle. Uriah Heep was the protagonist of the book. He used his position, his niceness, to get into a position to work for the lawyer. Then he committed fraud and he stole all of this money from the lawyer's clients, including David's aunt, and then used that information against the lawyer to blackmail him. So not only was Uriah Heep getting all this money from the fraud, from cooking the books, he was also going to inherit all the property and all the money from the lawyer, because he had manipulated the lawyer into agreeing to letting him be engaged to his niece. And in Victorian times, women don't inherit. So if the father has like 50,000 pounds a year, those women are very prone to what are they called? Fortune hunters. And those are basically guys who are, they're poor, or they have a title and they don't really have anything else, but they're looking for wealthy women to marry, because the women cannot inherit their own money. It goes to the husband. So even though the woman gets 50,000 pounds a year, that's not her money. It belongs to her husband. So her husband he can marry the woman, get all the money, and then squander the money, and she can't say anything. And there are so many women in Victorian times who were born wealthy, aristocratic. They don't know how to survive, right? They marry a man who squanders their money, and then the man leaves them. They're ruined. They have no money. They usually end up in an asylum. Those are real things that happened. But in the book, David Copperfield, Uriah Heep uses being nice to really mess people up bad. V, are you there? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go ahead and go. It's I don't see any point in being here anymore, really. I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening with V. She's just gone. Okay, B, if you took that, okay, look, Betterflies took that as some kind of personal attack, which it was not. I don't have time. I don't have time for that type of thinking. Butterflies, if you seriously took that as a personal attack, I'm not going to apologize. That's your insecurity, not mine. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. This is if you're there,
I'm here. I
I'm
was just
sorry.
waiting for. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I
Okay.
didn't. I just
wanted to
I'm
let
sorry.
you have space and give you the opportunity. Okay.
I'm really sorry. Okay.
They will get better for you.
I hope it will. And I don't honestly. I'm going to ask you to. I'm sorry, but maybe we should just delete this stream. I mean, I'm going to leave it up to you, but I'm really sorry. I don't. I hope they get better too. And I'm sorry. It's just I had that dream. I'm not doing well, and I don't know what to do about it. I feel like I'm trapped in a.
Whoa.
What?
No. Okay. I'm here. I have a lag or something. I don't know what's going on with my phone. Okay. But well.
Yeah. I don't know what to do about it. I'm thinking the best thing to do is just walk away from the whole thing, and I would love to do it instantly. But I can't seem to do that. It just sort of it just keeps dragging me back, Which device are you streaming from, V?
Hold on. Sorry. I'm going to end the stream.
Okay.
I am going to end the stream. I don't even do that. Why can't I hear anything?